Let me come to you immediately, if I might call you Elbert.
Please.
What is your immediate reaction, especially given what you have been able to experience, looking at this great monument here in Washington, D.C., of a man, a colleague, perhaps a mentor, someone that you interacted with very closely?
Well, I tell you, any time that I have the opportunity to review the life and the dreams of Martin Luther King Jr., I am overwhelmed, because it was he who served as my mentor, and that has enabled me to be catapulted to this place where I am today, where I go around the world spreading peace, love, and understanding. The impact that this man had on the world, not just the United States, but the world. And I have been into the world several times talking to different people of different cultures, different races, who all knew and know about Martin Luther King Jr. So they come to me as one who worked with him on a daily basis, who served as an aide to him. They want to touch me to see if I'm real, if I'm alive. So I always find that to be very fascinating, and very thankful to God that I am in good health, and I have a tremendous memory of the times that we had together. It was with him that I learned how to lose my fear and put my faith and trust in Almighty God. I met him when he was only 25 years old, and I was 17, in Montgomery, Alabama. And as the story has been told before, Martin Luther King Jr. came to Montgomery to take on his first pastorate at a small church by the name of Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. I became a member of that church, a member of that choir, and also I served as one of Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife's first babysitter for the child who has now passed on to glory, Yolanda King.
Interesting.
And I used to look after her when she was a little baby. And so we had a very warm and close relationship, because we became extended family. But what was most important to him was not just his existence and the things that he had immediate charge of, but he looked at a community that was suffering. Because in Montgomery, Alabama, as I'm sure that it hasn't changed that much, it was a twin city without equality. So a city for black people and a city for whites. And so as you grow up in the South, and I am a product of the raw Confederate South, born in Jackson, Mississippi, raised up in New Orleans, went to school in Alabama, and so therefore I have a sense of what apartheid really means. I know what it means.
And how different was that for a black man or woman living in the Deep South, as it were, compared and contrasted to the North, where we are right now?
Well, let's see if I understand that. Say that again.
What difference was it like for a black man and a black woman to live in those type of conditions in the Deep South as compared to living in the northern part of the country?
The sad part about that is, as I grew up, when you don't know any better, then you have nothing really to look forward to. So over a period of time, until people like Martin Luther King Jr. came and said, you are due a better life, then you go along with the laws of inequality, and you build your own support system within your culture. Sometimes I look back and say that we stood a chance of being a more together people when we had segregation. We loved one another more. We supported one another more, and we were there for each other as extended family.